What up, guys? Welcome to the Overkill Underground. Here we are, episode 6 of the Survivor series here. What's going on, Lance?
Nothing.
Welcome.
Nothing. What's happening?
You know.
What's happening?
Good to see you, Lance.
Yeah, you too.
Oh, man, it's great
Douglas.
to see
Doug,
you.
what's going on?
Hey, what's up, Survivor Nation?
That's
Love
right.
you guys.
That's right.
Love
What's
you
up?
guys.
What's up? So, yeah, the episode 6, it was a good episode.
Chaz,
I'll
how are
give it
you?
to I'm good. I'm
Oh,
good.
man.
I'm chilling.
Love you, Charlie.
We started out with Debbie, though. I mentioned before that she's got quite the resume.
She's such
Oh, yeah.
a
What was she tonight? What was
she's
she?
a clown.
Former model.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a former model.
part-time-
She was
part-time
a
model.
former,
Awesome.
a former model tonight. So
Definitely getting that calendar. Oh, man. I can't wait.
She is. She's funny, man. I just love her.
Yeah,
I
she's
love her.
playing the
she
game.
is a trip. She
playing
is
the
a
game?
trip.
She's like a cartoon character.
And she's always
She really is.
yeah, and she really believes in herself too. She's very confident.
Oh my God.
very
Very
really.
confident.
Yeah, I'll
She
take
runs
some-
around.
That's
I'll
what people are drawing.
Listen, I'll take that clown with me all the way to the
Yeah,
end.
No
oh, yeah.
kidding.
Oh,
No
yeah.
kidding. Right?
Imagine the speech at that last tribal. Like,
Oh, I'd love to hear her
vote
speech.
for me to win the million. I've done it all.
Yeah.
I fished.
She'd go on about her chemistry,
Yeah.
Yeah.
her modeling,
I think she was a football player
right.
or something like that.
giving Scott pointers on how to
Oh,
play
yeah.
basketball.
Oh,
She'll
yeah.
tell you anything other than why she deserved the money.
Yeah.
And
No
that's what
kidding.
you're supposed
You
to
ain't.
do.
Yeah.
You ain't kidding. That's
Yeah.
probably.
I don't know. But hey, maybe she'll surprise us. We'll see.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So we get into the reward challenge.
Yeah.
So the reward challenge is for nice lunch banquet,
Some alcohol.
some
definite.
good. So yeah,
Oh,
they
man.
got. I mean, quite the spread going on.
Yeah.
And we got Julia, and
She came back.
She
Yeah.
came back. And this was after Anna was voted off last episode. So Julia comes into this thing, and then I think she, as far as I'm concerned, she has somewhat of an unfair shake
She did.
coming into this.
Yeah, maybe we were
It's a-
overestimating that position.
It's just a funky way to
You know what?
incorporate
Listen,
a
I told
character
Doug.
into
I
this.
told
Yeah,
Doug
yeah.
this. She's a very attractive girl, by the way.
She's very
Julia.
cute, super
And,
cute.
and she kind of got boned. And you know who else got boned? Caleb.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, well
so
yeah.
I bet.
mean,
I bet that the two of them get to come back as like.
possible.
I bet they do.
Maybe.
I bet they do.
Yeah.
But we were
I
overestimating
could almost
last
guarantee
week.
it.
That
Because
position.
they're both kind of attractive players.
You mean
I think.
you mean Anna or Julia?
Julia.
Julia,
Okay.
the one that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we were saying last week that
We'll
that
see how long
position.
she lasts.
Yeah.
You know the position she was in where we would chill on the beach. We would relax. There's no
Yeah.
controversy or nothing.
Everything's
But
fine.
it was
Right.
kind of backfiring, and I was double thinking that. Like, boy, she came back. Now she's on the bottom rung. She's kind of like the new man
Yeah.
on the scene, and now nobody's
She was
trusting her.
gonna get
Nobody's
boned.
feeling her out. But then everybody's reaching out to her. We saw Peter kind of gravitate to her.
and
They
he's
won the
and
tribal.
Peter, he's something on his own. I mean,
Oh.
he's trying to connive his way into any position that he
Yeah.
can possibly get into, and that's ultimately, I think, what ruined him.
He's been
He just-
floundering for a while. I think what we saw was just
It happened
idiot.
suddenly too.
scrambling.
He's an
Really,
idiot.
Yeah, he
thinks
went
he's-
into a scramble mode for
Yeah.
sure.
He was been scrambling for scrambling
I
with
told Doug.
disguise sort of thing.
Well, he just gravitates towards an attractive girl and
Yeah,
tells
yeah,
her how
yeah.
I'm going to run the show.
He was
Yeah.
dropping her
Yeah.
little strap
I
there.
mean-
he was just
Totally.
sweet talking her.
Totally,
Right.
yeah.
It was
You could
good
see that.
stuff there. Yeah,
You can see that. So the Gondal tribe gets Julia.
Gondal.
And then during this whole thing, you had to go and swim and get some buoys, and then you had to shoot them into a hoop.
Great challenge, by the way.
The challenge,
Great
was,
challenge.
The challenge was fun to watch.
Yes.
The whole thing, it was kind of neat. When you first saw it go down, you figured they'd be trying to just round up all the buoys and push.
Yeah.
And then they got smart. They started throwing them up up to the shore.
I kind of thought rounding him up and swimming.
Right,
up
what
with
Debbie
them
was
would-
doing. Debbie was she was grabbing them all, and just kind of pushing
Yeah, she
them
was.
up
She
there.
was right.
That one bully guy, what's his name? Jason was
were
throwing them
throwing
and
'em.
and
Yeah,
trying to.
right, that's what I'm saying. It seems
Yeah.
smart to throw them up to the people that are
Mhm.
already up there too. I mean,
Yeah.
there was kind
Throw
of
'em up
people that
there.
were advanced into, and then so then they get up there, and Scott, did real well. You know, as far as
yeah.
his shooting, obviously
great shot.
He had that
did.
shooter's touch on
He
there.
did really,
he was
really
doing
well.
it all.
And
he was doing it all.
and then
Nick did great.
and then Nick was surprisingly amazing.
High school point guard.
High
oh,
school,
man.
What he did,
oh, my
right? So
God.
yeah, he did really good.
80% free throw shooter.
Yeah, pretty much. But it was like a challenge you could relate to.
We looked it up.
Did
He was an
you?
80% free throw shooter.
Nice.
It was a challenge you could relate to. You know, who
Yeah.
hasn't shot hoops before?
Exactly,
And
yeah.
you know, you were like, cool. You know, and then it came down to the wire. And you're watching these guys shoot hoops, and Scott was hitting them, and he fell behind, and he came back. I mean, it was cool. He finally got what Scott did. He missed his first couple shots. He was just getting that
groove.
height, and
Yeah, right.
he was
The
trying to
balance,
find
the
the
weight.
groove and the weight of the ball.
Scott had a great
and he was
stroke.
just shooting it, and then he was doing the Steph Curry step back and just holding that arm up high when he was walking back. And he said winning, hashtag winning.
That's what I was going to
Oh,
say too.
man.
Yeah. Hashtag winning. Right?
Oh,
When he
man.
threw it, he was like
His
winning.
winning last throw. Yeah,
He knew it was
That was
going
good.
down without a
good.
backboard.
for sure. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
cool.
so they won the reward.
Yeah, which was a little pickup for him before they went to the immunity challenge.
Right.
And the Chan Lao, they had a late start to it. You know,
They did.
They could have had a better result in the end. Like you said, Nick did real well, but they did have a late start.
Right.
I'm not even sure what the problem was. She just
Michelle
wasn't strong
could
enough to
not-
pull
yeah.
on that bar.
Yeah, she couldn't. And
It
Audrey
seemed.
lost her goggles
Well, she
at one
wasn't-
point.
Just a bar that you had to pull on.
Michelle
I
wasn't
thought.
in the brains tribe. She was in the beauty tribe, so give her a
Yeah.
break.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, right.
She is
of course.
beautiful. Yeah.
She is
Yep.
beautiful.
But Audrey, she lost her goggles there. She dove in, lost them. If you saw it,
Yeah,
it
she
was like
did.
a one
she did,
shot.
but she swam up there. She
She
put
didn't
him back
pull.
on. She was fine.
She didn't pull. What was his name? Dwayne or whatever is that Joker?
Darnell.
Yeah, Darnell. Yeah,
Darnell,
and
yeah.
he's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least we remember the first people out here on this show.
Right.
You know, I mean, goodness
yeah,
gracious.
He did lose the goggles though. That was,
That guy won't get asked a question at that final episode neither.
No.
But we won't forget
No.
about Darnell.
Uh-uh.
See ya. Why are we even talking about that guy right
Well, we
now?
don't.
know,
Do we? So we haven't even. So basically, what's exciting about next week is we do enter the merge, and
Yeah, we
is,
do.
Is the merge? We aren't
Yeah.
quite to jury yet, right? Or is the merge pretty much? That's
No,
when we start jury,
They'll
right?
merge
No.
and they'll probably vote one, maybe
Yes,
two people.
they go a
out,
couple,
and
and then
so we're gonna have jury pretty soon.
Oh,
not
yeah.
not
within
next
the
week,
next couple episodes.
but it'll be in the next couple
Yes,
episodes, and we'll start
yeah.
adding up jury members.
Oh yeah. So the voting changes. Your strategic voting is we try to
Well, you
vote
had-
them out nicely, sort of. You're not voting them out with a bad taste in their mouth. You try to vote
Right.
them out with the idea that you played the game well.
Yeah.
And then you had to vote them out at that point in time. You can't just
Yeah.
vote them out now for
No,
for
right.
cutting a coconut up the wrong way.
Right.
You know, you,
Absolutely. Yeah.
you know, you can't vote them out for that now. But we got a couple more episodes before somebody goes to the jury.
Well, the
for sure.
the Gondal tribe, they're great now because I think with Peter gone, what's nice about this is you get to see Scott and Ty, their relationship grow.
Yeah.
They get to be with each other for a little bit longer. They have Julia on their side for sure. And you know that you look at Joe now, he's gonna have to kind of go with the way things are. They both have put themselves, I guess, I think, in this position
not necessarily,
now.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily,
Joe,
but
Joe's going to get back in with Debbie. Scott's
eventually,
gonna,
right? Yeah.
Well, no, they're going to merge next week.
Yeah.
So we know they're all.
Well, they
gonna
will be
together.
together, right?
We'll
They
see
will be
how
together.
old alliances hold up,
Right,
essentially.
right.
This is the
We saw
final
what
test for
Scott-
old
We
alliances.
saw what.
But what'll make this interesting, though, here in the long run, with the merge entering, is the fact that we do know who has the idols, and so
Yes.
Scott knows who has the idols also.
least
Two
two
of them. Yeah.
At least
And
two of
The
them.
ice cream man.
I believe
doesn't know
Scott.
about.
I believe Scott is the,
The ice
only
cream
one.
man.
Yeah, the ice cream man.
Who's the ice cream
that
man?
one dude, Neil.
Neil's the ice cream
He
man.
Yeah,
is.
he
is,
owned
yeah.
ice cream
The curly
thing.
hair guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
that-
owns an ice cream
yeah,
store.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
He belongs in a
He
zoo.
does. Yeah.
Well, hey, I
mean,
like him.
he's
I
a
like
funny
his
guy.
chances. I like.
No,
his
yeah,
chances.
he's a cool guy. He's a cool guy.
But I mean, what we saw today, though, before even the immunity, these guys go back to the tribe, or they go back to the tribe camp, and Joe's ambushing Peter, and then Peter's making alliances with Julia right off the bat
Right
in
off
the
the bat,
water,
yeah.
and they're not even going to tribal at that point. don't even play your cards until you go to until you know you're going to tribal. I mean, Joe's coming out, and even Audrey's like,
once you lose immunity.
yeah, and Joe was like talking to Audrey after they lost immunity, and Joe's like, I don't know if I should have done that, and I don't know if you guys remember that. But Audrey's like, I don't think you should have confronted Peter about that.
He should, yeah.
You know, that was way too early to play that.
He stirred up
right
the
there.
pot, right.
Yeah, you don't do that before you know you're going to tribal at that point. And then the immunity, you know, I mean, just jump on his shoulders. So I just wanted to say, hey, Ty, get on that big man's shoulders, Scott's shoulders, right off the
entire
bat.
time. I know.
You know, everybody was probably screaming.
They had
like
the
that.
right idea on Debbie's team, right?
Yeah, just get on his shoulders.
Yeah.
And you know what? Jeff did say, I'll give you a moment to strategize.
I know.
That should have been in the strategy
Well,
right there.
Peter's strategy obviously backfired heavy. Starting with the littlest blocks at the bottom, I'm not sure what kind of doctor he is or what kind of practices he's gone through.
That?
What kind of common sense practices he's gone. I mean, I'm not sure where he even came up with a thought.
Like, did he go to kindergarten or what? Because like kindergarten,
he missed the important one, right?
Like they teach you that.
That's the block stuff.
Yeah,
that's the block
preschool stuff.
He missed that stuff, right?
Well, maybe he did.
It was pretty curious. That's for sure.
Maybe in the back of his mind, that's his kind of way of getting forward in the game. He wants to be in control, voting people out. He wanted to go to tribal.
I don't think
Even
putting little blocks at the bottom of giant blocks.
I know,
is
but last week he made a comment about throwing the challenge just so they can go to tribal to vote.
I don't think he's in that position at this point to do that.
He thought he was. He always thought he was.
It's definitely.
He was worried this week. He was worried this week.
It's funny that they actually had.
Not really. I think he.
Or he was at least able to convince the team that starting with the littlest blocks would be a good idea. That's just.
I mean, physics.
Funny in
I mean,
itself.
we don't have to be physicists to know that it's going to fall
To
over.
figure this thing out,
I mean,
right?
have you played Jenga?
I think it's everybody's fault. I mean, if somebody makes
They went along with it, right?
Yeah, everybody else went along with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they're all dummies too. I don't know.
Right,
I mean, if a
obviously.
surgeon told me something, I might do it too. I don't know. I mean,
right.
Lack of nourishment makes the brain go soft.
Well, I mean,
good one, Lance.
They may
All
be
right.
they may
Put
be
that
under
in your playbooks.
they may be under stress that can
possibly.
account for some wacky kinds of thinking, but it was within seconds that they actually ended up winning it. So it came down to the wire.
Yeah.
I mean, it was right there. But they copied off and figured out that, hey, we need to get Ty up onto the top of the sky
So how
here.
did you guys like that sitting at jury?
We're to tribal.
Tribal.
Right.
When they went to tribal, how did you like that? Where everybody's whispering as Jeff,
Oh, I love that stuff.
You like that?
Yeah,
I
I do
don't
too.
really care for the
I do
whispering.
too.
Why not?
I like that too. It's fun.
Why not though?
How can
I mean,
you-
honestly,
what-
I'm just asking you, like,
I
why
don't
not?
know. I guess if I'm the one on the chopping block, I'm going to be looking down, going, "Really? You clowns got to be whispering to each other?"
Peter didn't have
It gives you the
balls
opportunity.
to do that.
It gives you the opportunity to look around. I mean, you can't be the one thing at tribal. You can't be shy.
Yeah,
You have to
No.
take advantage
Yeah.
of tribal
better
because
call somebody
that's
out if
where
they're-
that's where you're. When you go to tribal, you're throwing somebody under the bus. If you're going to open your mouth, you might as well do what you can to make everything either look just peachy as it can be, or you're throwing somebody under the bus. Period.
sure.
You know.
For sure.
So you can't be shy at tribal. If people are going to start whispering, that's fine. But if you
I
think you're the
gotta
one that's
start
getting
calling
whispered
people
about,
out. Yeah, you better start calling
you
people
better
out.
start calling people out.
I mean,
exactly.
Peter just did not play the game at tribal. He sat
He
there,
didn't.
and he took
He
it.
took
Maybe he didn't know what the original plan was because they were all whispering the original plan. And it
Well, of
didn't
course
help.
he didn't.
And
no.
he was sitting on the end, kind of as an outcast, a little bit.
Sure. They placed him out there. I think
I
on
think
purpose.
he sat out there on his
Could
own.
be. Could be.
And then I've never seen. I don't know. Maybe Lance, you might have seen. You too, Charlie. But I've never seen someone cross out a name and leave it.
I think that's the first I've
I
seen
called
that.
that too.
And then
we're
yes,
sitting there.
that
I
was
know.
We're sitting
great.
there
I know.
watching that.
She stood there for so long.
Yeah.
You knew something was up.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
something had to go down.
That's what I said to Doug.
Yeah, that was a good call.
He looks at me and he goes, "Did you check out any spoilers?" I said, "No." I swear to
that
God,
was a great call.
I just
I've
the way
never
the-
seen that.
The way the camera was there for
Yeah,
so
that's the
long, and
first
she
time I
sat
saw her,
there
right.
and kept looking at it. She never held it up, never folded.
Yeah.
She kept looking at it, and I'm going, she's going to cross that out and write down Pete.
Yep.
That was an unbelievable move there.
It was
'Cause
good, too.
We
It
would have
was
gone
good.
to a tie,
I know.
and then Pete and Julia couldn't have voted, and that would have been exciting too. That would have, but you can't dwell on that stuff. But it was
No, I
Or coulda, woulda,
expected
shut
that.
up.
I expected that to be
What
the
was it?
outcome
Listen,
at first.
Listen, even when they go back, I told Doug this. I said they're going to go back to camp, and Joe's going to say, "Hey, I have no problem with Peter going home."
Not at all.
Yeah.
Julia,
Yeah.
the plan was you to go home. I didn't.
Yep.
This kind of came at the last second that it was going to be him, and I didn't want to change the plan.
And that's
'cause I
what's
don't
kind
wanna
of funny that
But hey, I have no problem with
It-
him
it
going
was-
home.
it was-
He's gone.
it was definitely Joe's idea to go ahead and vote Peter out,
And
but
at that
Aubrey
point-
convinced him that
And I told him, I said, Peter's a better athlete and a better threat in individual immunities.
Yeah.
Get rid of
Yeah.
him now. We're going to merge. We're not going to lose again.
They
Either
d-
we're going to
and-
merge or we're going to win the
Right.
next immunity. I
Yeah.
mean, you
Yeah.
got to go in with that positive attitude. You know what I mean?
you do, yeah.
But,
That's without a doubt.
there's a lot of negative
I think,
energy going with
yeah,
him.
but I think, you get rid of Peter. You
Yeah.
got rid of a lot of,
It-
backstabbing right there.
it
I think
was-
that drew that whole tribe a lot closer together.
It's gonna definitely melt that tribe together because Peter was that guy that nobody trusted.
Right.
So if somebody said something, Peter was, believed to be
Well-
spreading rumors, and you don't. I mean, you may be friends with these people on the tribe, but if you know you have somebody that's a rat that's just kind of
Well,
spreading
he's
whatever,
gone now.
Yeah.
He's gone.
He was a
there
cancer.
can be the secrets.
So
You can
wait a
have your
second now.
secrets.
Wait
You
a
can,
second
and everybody
now.
has their secrets.
Well, no.
But as soon as they start spreading around, and you know that there's somebody spreading them around, that's where the divisions start happening. You see them, they're obvious at that point. So it's one of those things where
I think the original Brains, Beauty, Brawn tribes, there were a lot stronger alliances than the two separate tribes.
for
Would you
sure.
guys
Oh
agree?
yeah, they
For
didn't have
sure.
that much time
now,
together.
Yeah, now
Yeah.
that we're all going to merge together, Peter's gone out of that Brains tribe. You got Aubrey, Joe, and Debbie. That's a tight three.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they lived
You
together
got- you got-
longer.
you
They
got
are the tight
Scott,
three.
Scott,
Jason,
I think that's
and
a tighter crew right
Sydney-
there. That
Sydney.
squad is tight.
Sydney,
They're-
and Ty for sure.
And now they have Ty. So
Yeah.
you got 4 against those 3, and
That leaves the two beauties: the Greek-looking guy
yeah,
and that good-looking
Nick,
girl.
Nick,
Julia.
Nick and Julia, right?
Nick and Julia.
Julia.
Those are the 2 swing votes.
Well, what about
Yeah.
that dark-haired chick who dove and she couldn't get
Michelle.
She's up there too. So you have 3 beauties, 3 bronze, and two brain or 3 brains. That's 9. 9 times.
That's right. So where are those other 3 going to go? Nick's going to go with the probably the Brawn.
I mean, this is the difference between voting
Nick-
blocks.
Nick may-
this is
right,
the
this
difference
is the
right
difference.
here. This is the
the
difference
difference.
between alliances and voting
No,
blocks.
you're absolutely no.
This is
absolutely.
it right
this
here.
is going to be more
Yep.
of an alliance game.
Yeah,
Oh,
this,
yeah.
no, it'll definitely break into an alliance game. You never know the whole thing that can throw it off right away. I believe, from what I've seen, and I could be wrong, but I believe that when you see idols start to
Neil's still in the game too.
when you see an idol put real fear across the whole team, where really it like we discussed before. I mean, me and Doug were talking about this last time, where an idol is not necessarily a good thing. It's a bad thing to have now. I mean, where it changed, it evolved into where the idol was something sacred that everybody
I think
wanted to
Ty's
go
gonna-
for,
Man, this
and
this,
it can toss things where
There's a lot of people in this one
there will
tribe.
be. Yeah, there will be.
There's
Lot
a
of
lot of
people.
stuff coming up here. We've got very exciting episode coming up. I mean, this
I'm-
one was okay.
What do you guys? I mean, seriously,
The
what do
merge is where it's going to be at.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is we
This
got
is
the merge
halftime.
next episode.
This is halftime.
What's going to happen? Who's gonna align with who?
I think Joe comes back into the fold. I think what you're going to see is the original tribes meld back together. I really do.
Absolutely.
The Brawn are
So-
definitely staying
So the
together.
question is, where does Ty have to go? Does he
Right.
follow Scott?
Ty's your-
Because you
wild card.
You would want to believe that Ty is going to follow Scott. You don't know though. You can't be 100%.
No, you don't.
I can't see him being with Nick, even though they were part of an original tribe for the beauties.
with the two girls.
No. The brains, and what I meant there was the brains are going to stick together. I think the brains
think-
will, and I think
And
the
you
brawn
Ne-
are tighter
hold on,
than
hold
all
on.
get out.
You think Neil's going to stick with Joe and Aubrey?
I
and
think
Debbie?
he can draw him in. I think
Neil's
he can.
going to.
He's going to play his idol. He's going to say he's got an idol that
He's
this
not going to tell
during the
anybody.
merge.
He's not going to
To
tell
solidify an
anybody.
alliance. If he wants to break away from the Brains alliance, he's got to mention the idol at this point to solidify a new alliance somewhere else.
Yeah, but to who?
He could go to the Greek looking guy.
I don't.
Those
know.
two that are
I
on
mean,
the outs.
What do you think's going to happen? You have no clue.
And not to mention, no. I know for sure that the two idol holders are
You
going to
haven't-
combine. Two idol holders are going to combine,
So
which are
Ty-
going to be Ty and Jason.
And Jason, that's the thing. you
That's
know,
gonna happen.
Right, and who's the only person, though, that knows
Scott.
that? Scott's the only guy
Right,
that
he's
knows.
going to bring
He-
it together.
But Ty doesn't know yet.
No, he doesn't.
Jason doesn't know yet.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Jason will know because
He will know.
Jason made the comment.
He will know, yeah.
We're like
Well,
throwing,
and it-
we're
yeah,
throwing
they're-
nerds in lockers or something.
And
Yeah.
that was it, right.
So he might be going after
they're
the brains
definitely-
with that
right.
comment. They might be going after the brain guys. You know, I still think the original alliances will hold. We'll see that
Doug.
roots
I
still
definitely
being
see the
held
brains.
together.
The
Doug.
brains are going to hold
The
together.
brains will hold together,
Doug,
and you'll
go
see
give
the
me a
brawn.
beer.
I'm gonna shove you in
Listen
a
to
locker.
this guy over here. Listen to this guy
Jesus.
over here.
Goodness gracious!
No, the brains have a good chance of
I
holding
like you
together.
better in that chair. Over there, with
Yeah,
the
right.
peanut gallery.
The brains do have a good chance of holding together.
I do.
Obviously,
I think that.
obviously, the Brawn is
The
still
Brawn is going to
a
be
very
a
strong team.
strong trio.
Debbie could be a
entering
bridge.
to the merge.
Debbie could be a bridge for the brains to reach out as a reach out program she's been talking to everybody over there. She could be reaching out to what's that guy's name that looks like they're Greek? What's his name?
Nick.
Nick. She was reaching out to Nick.
But
She was
Nick-
reaching out
Nick
to
was
everybody
al-
over
Nick's
there.
already he was kind of aligning with the Brawn tribe.
Could
Slightly,
be.
yeah.
Could be, but Debbie's your key
Yeah.
to breaking up. And Julia, she's not so dumb. Because Julia
No,
spread
not
it
at
out.
all.
Because
Julia seems like a smart girl.
she was like, well, we can't talk to Joe, and we can't talk to
Well,
Peter. Let's talk to
she's gonna
Audrey.
get-
She's the key in this.
Yeah.
Did you hear that tonight?
Yeah,
She's like, the
yeah.
only person left to talk to is Audrey.
And she was the
that
one
was-
she was the determiner.
that
for
was
sure.
very clairvoyant of her
Yeah.
to spot
She's
that.
a smart player.
Yeah.
And
For 18, yes.
Now that Anna's gone,
She's a social player.
It's her and Michelle because they're going to get back together. And
I
they
would
were
think
the-
so. Yeah.
From the
When the
from
merge
Yeah,
when the
yeah.
merge happens,
So
right?
those two will be really tight.
And so
that's
we
one
do
vote.
we
Those two.
and we and then we
And
have
I
to
think
we have
Nick's
to.
kind of floating.
I was gonna say
Yes,
I would have
Nick
to
and
believe
Neil are
I would have
floaters,
to
I
believe I would have to believe that Nick would be with them, but it's going to be very interesting to see what happens once this merge happens because we could break up into two tribes again, just of the select people that they
you
wanted
will.
to, again.
Well,
So
it's going to be one merge, but you're going to see two tribes.
we're gonna see
within
two
that.
tribes again, right?
Well,
It could break into three, but I doubt
No.
it.
The challenges
The way
will
that
consist of, now we're going to get to, you won the reward today. Who
Yeah.
will you take with you? Right? Jeff's going to throw that crap in there. You know what I'm talking about?
For sure.
Take two people. Oh, now you can take a third.
Yeah.
Pick a third. It's like Jerry
All
Springer.
right, all right,
you know?
yeah, you can take one more. Right.
Yeah, right.
Go
So
ahead,
we're
one
going to
more.
be getting that,
Oh,
where they
yeah.
break them
He's
up
gonna
to
be
two
playing that,
teams,
right, for
compete.
sure.
One team goes and gets to see the
We'll
loved
see
ones.
the money.
And,
We'll see the money. The
you know.
auction.
and we
I
hope
bet
we
you we'll
get
see
it.
the
We didn't
auction.
see we didn't see
didn't-
the auction last time.
Yes.
I'm always
We'll see.
anxious to see the
I like
auction
the
because
auction.
We want to see
somebody's
that.
somebody's always greedy and holds out for the clue.
Oh,
Yeah.
And
Oh,
you know,
that's
And that
somebody.
could lead to
Three people do.
yeah.
yeah,
Three
right,
people
right.
will.
Yeah.
A few people
Hold
right.
out for it and then find out that it's not really there
Yeah.
because everybody else has it.
Yeah,
Mike from
yeah.
America. Mike.
Yeah, no kidding.
Drilling for oil. Put it down.
I'm a Texas oil driller.
Yeah. I've been screaming my whole life.
That guy was like that too, totally. that could have been,
love our tribe.
that could be
Put the drill down.
America.
Yeah. America.
that could be true, screaming his whole life.
I'm voting for Trump.
Oh, he's voting for Trump.
He's a Trump voter.
I
for
don't know.
sure.
He's from
goodness.
Texas. He might vote for Cruz.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, boy,
Yeah,
here we
there
go.
you go.
Here we go.
You don't
He
think?
might. He might.
Come on.
Sure, yeah.
He's from Texas, right? Whatever.
Speaking of Cruz, you heard Mitt Romney gave him his support.
Of course, yeah, of course.
Can
right.
you believe
Well,
that?
Yeah.
That happens.
Well,
he hated him 6 months ago.
yeah.
I know it's funny how
Yeah,
politics works, huh?
Just like Survivor.
Just
you
like-
know,
yeah, just like-
turning
it really
Just
is.
like Survivor.
Politics.
It is.
It is.
like
It's all-
Survivor.
it's all
and
just-
look at,
just uglier people in
There's only
politics.
three
That's all there is
people
to
left.
it, right?
Yeah.
There's
yeah.
only 3 people left.
You just vote people
Well, no.
out.
Wait a second.
That's right. You just right. You
Unless
just
vote 'em
somebody
out.
gets
People out.
indicted.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Bob. All right. I know you're not watching, Bob, but there you go, buddy.
Yeah, there you have
You
it.
know. I mean, but we saw a
Hasn't
challenge too.
happened
We
yet.
saw a challenge too today that was
Right.
in the sand, all in the sand. They weren't caring about the heat. The heat crap must have cooled off
you
out
can
there.
assume that there's cooler days
Yeah.
out there. I mean, I'm sure they went through a heat
The
spell
little
where
pogo
things
stick crap. Where
Right,
they were
right. They were-
the blocks.
they
and
were
crap.
hustling.
Yeah.
They were hustling. You're right. We start out. They make it through the obstacle course. The thing that was most impressive to me was how the Gondal tribe actually fell behind when they had to jump up on that real high net.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Nick attacked that thing first thing.
Right.
And
Yeah.
he kind of just threw himself right over that, and he was able to start grabbing people and helping them over.
Right.
That seemed to be a big advantage. Where Scott, I thought he was just going to be throwing people over that thing, but it didn't. It worked, but not as quickly.
Well,
I
not
think.
for
Right.
him, man. That
So,
dude was like pulling
I mean,
up a sack of
I
potatoes
wanted
up
to
that
make
thing.
I wanted to make the comment that after that point, when they were pushing the blocks over, what a great rhythm that Scott and Peter had.
Yeah.
Like it was like I'm
You
knocking
hit
one
one
They
over.
did.
And
Yeah.
They
was
did. Yeah,
like
they had a
drummers, they were
rhythm.
like boom,
Yeah.
boom, because the other guys they were hitting
They
them
were
all
just
the-
cracking
yeah.
them, right?
Because
right.
Jason, the
Throw-
idiot, was
throwing
doing
them all
that,
over
yeah.
the place, right? Yeah, I mean they did. They seemed to smack those. So it was a net with a bunch of blocks in it. And they're hitting them with like battering ram type of things, and they did. They had a good rhythm, like you're saying.
They
Who
just
was it
lost.
on the other? It was Jason and who?
Jason, the
Jason and
Sydney,
Nick.
Jason
yeah,
and
Jason, Nick.
Jason and Nick
We're
and
doing the
Jason
push
was,
broom.
Jason
Yeah.
was not doing
and
a good
right. They
job
were
at
just
all.
they were just cracking them things.
Well,
Just they were
'cause
kind of
Jason
tumbling
wasn't-
around all
Jason's
over
an
the place.
idiot.
Because
Let's just-
Jason's
He
an
is.
idiot.
I mean,
He
he's
is.
a typical bounty hunter. I mean, he'd probably arrest me, and I wouldn't be warranted for anything. around
Right,
here.
yeah.
He'd probably just be
Yeah,
put-
just-
Being my friend, maybe.
Yeah,
yeah, probably. Do I know you?
but the stacking
You'll
the
get
blocks.
in trouble just for being associated with me.
Yeah, right. the stacking of the blocks though thing was where I mean it was actually confusing
Yeah.
for me to kind of watch that. The whole time I'm watching Scott pick up the stacks of blocks, you knew they were going to topple at some point in time. I
He
mean,
was balancing
it
it, wasn't he?
didn't-
Grabbing it.
Well, he was holding-
Peter.
You just can't hold a
You
stack
know.
of blocks like that and
No.
expect them to stay stable in your hand. It just
Yeah.
it didn't make
It was
sense.
some meathead crap right there.
We ended up making it into tribal and did you have an issue with the way tribal was run? Did you have a problem with the way Jeff went about?
Not with Jeff. I just, I don't know. I just don't.
The
I guess,
whispering thing was what really threw you off.
yeah, I guess I don't have a problem with it. I guess I had a problem with, Peter or Julia. They knew the whispering was about them, and neither of them had the. Again, that could be editing.
That really is the
that
problem,
could
right?
be that could be editing. So we don't know if they
Could be.
edited
Could be.
some of that tribal. But anyway, I would have.
They
I don't-
should have.
I don't see how you cannot.
You would
like,
expect that somebody would have spoke up and they would have
Yeah,
showed.
I mean,
they
there
would
were
have
enough
showed that
people
had they
whispering.
done so.
You
Right.
couldn't see like.
Well, Peter could have thought that they were whispering
I
like,
guess-
"We'll vote for Julia instead."
When Scott says we're going with Plan 1,
Sure.
the original plan.
I mean,
I'm
if
sure
you're
they
Peter, why
heard
don't
them
you just
say-
go like, "Hey, what
What
was
is
that?
that
What was
then?
that? What's the original plan?"
Yeah, I'd
Like-
say, hold
like,
on,
Who you
whoa,
voting
whoa,
for
whoa,
here?
whoa.
Original plan.
Like-
Let me hear the original
yeah.
plan.
I didn't hear
I'd
the
say, hey,
original plan.
I'd say, hey, Joe, do you know the original plan? Audrey, do you know the original plan? Because I know the original plan.
But I think the whispering is key. I
And
mean, that's been going on for
It
ages.
is. It is.
Seasons that's been going on.
guess. I
It
don't
is
know.
key, and it's enjoyable to watch
I
because
guess,
you can see
I
the
guess.
skirmishes.
Yeah.
But this time it didn't happen. That's the thing. Peter, I think he should have showed some
little
more
more
balls
guile.
going into
A little
that.
more
Just the
guile
risk you
like
take
that,
with
man.
that.
He should have had balls going into it.
Yeah.
You
And
take
realized that he was. If he, I mean, if he really wanted to stay in the game, he would have.
I think
he kind of gave up a little
Mm-hmm.
at the end. I mean, he was being his emotional status was beaten up. He
did look a little downtrodden and
He
a
did.
bit almost
He
like
did.
defeated.
just defeated, right?
Yeah, he
Defeated.
looked defeated at that tribal. He looked tired. And the first time we saw him, really, he was really tired. And when you're whispering at tribal, you're whispering in front of someone who can call you out with no consequences.
Yep.
You can go to
Yep.
your tribe and your camp, and you can talk and whisper and do all that stuff. And if somebody calls you out, there's consequences to them doing that. But Jeff is free of the game.
Oh,
And if you're
well,
whispering,
especially
Jeff
when-
can just call you out and
when
be
you're
like,
at
"Hey,
tribal, I mean, it's no holds bars at that point.
sure,
even
but you
even
have
for
some,
Jeff,
Sure, yeah, but Jeff can instantly call you out. That's the risk
and he
you
does.
take.
He does.
Yeah, and he was calling him out. What
He
are you
does.
whispering about? And
Yep.
well, just the original plan.
Yep.
We're ready to vote. That's all
Yeah,
she
that's-
had to say.
Jeff
Yeah.
does not shy away.
No.
From, I mean, if he even picks up on any little signals, I mean, that's the first. Well, what's the head? I can see your. I mean, any little thing at
Yeah.
all. I see your head nodding your head. You agree? And he questions him about whatever.
I will tell you
He's-
this: how
he's
you
great like that.
how
It's
you
fun to
perform
watch
at
him do that.
tribal as a cast member, how you perform at tribal, the producers decide on whether or not you come back or not. That's
Right.
how it goes. You can be a dirty player, you can be a creative player, and you can do all this stuff, but if you can't talk and project some sort of ideas or throw out a train of thought at tribal, you're not
think so?
coming back. Darnell left the first day because they found out the guy couldn't talk to the camera.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. And if you become a character at tribal, you can become a character by burning people's socks, but they want to see you talk at tribal.
It's rigged,
Like-
I tell you. It's
I'm not
rigged.
saying it's
really?
rigged. I will definitely not say that. I'm a diehard Survivor fan. But I will say that heroes and villains are made at tribal. They are not made during the whole political game. At tribal, that's where the players are made, and that's where people come back and get that ticket to come back and
Yeah, you're
compete
probably right.
again.
You're
Yeah,
probably
the
right.
villains-
At tribal.
The villains,
Probably right.
the villains do come out in tribal. I mean, you have your villain players though that play dirty throughout the game. What's the guy's name? The oil rigger guy.
Yeah, you were just talking about him. What's it? Keith. Keith.
No, it wasn't Keith.
No, not Mike. Mike was a good
Mike.
guy.
Yeah,
Not
Mike.
Mike.
Mike was a good guy.
guy.
Yeah,
No,
Mike
it
was
wasn't
a
good
good
guy.
You know who I'm talking
Russell?
about.
Are you talking about Russell?
Talking about Russell
Yeah, that's why I
Haynes.
mentioned the
See,
burning the
he's-
socks stuff.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
right. He's an original kind of.
Oh, he's original gangster.
He's a villain, but he
So-
made
so he's-
himself a villain at tribal. You know, not by the
Oh,
votes,
he
but by
made
the way
him-
he
he was a
talked
villain.
in
made
tribal.
he made himself a villain
he made
in a lot of
himself
ways.
a villain every
Yeah,
time he was
yeah.
in front of the camera.
Oh, sure, he was a great player.
That's
I
right.
love Russell, man.
He had
I
his
hope they
3
bring him
little
back.
puppets.
And that's your classic.
Yeah.
That's your classic villain.
That's
you
way
know?
back in the day.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
Anyway.
yeah. Well, with
then-
Jason, hopefully replaces that guy, but I can't stand that
You
guy.
have other villains nowadays too. I mean,
Right.
This Jason guy, I just don't like the way he's going to playing the villain. He's just like a sneaky punk, man. He's
yeah,
just a
he's
sneaky
not a good
punk.
villain.
He's not.
No.
Well,
You know,
and
do something villainous other
Peter-
than stab
he
Peter-
someone
already
in the
did.
back.
He stole a girl's clue to
Oh yeah,
get an
yeah,
idol.
he was jumping on
and
that
right,
one.
yeah, he did. He went over and pretty much tackled her to get that idol.
Yeah,
which
I'm taking
I mean,
that
was cheap.
whatever, you know. But Peter, he would have wound up the same way. I mean, he was that same persona,
Right.
and it's
He's
good
a
to see
villain.
him go.
He's a villain
It's going to be exciting. I'm glad we're entering the merge
and a bad
without him.
villain at it.
And he wasn't a good villain.
Why?
But I'm
Why?
glad to see
I just
because
think he was
his
an idiot.
Well, no, the reason for me being because you want to see a certain unity happen
Uh-huh.
in the merge, and I think with him not there, it's going to be easier for that tribe or for the merge to happen with kind of a the group will come together as a family real quick. You don't have a lot of conniving people. Jason, I think, out of anybody, would be the worst.
Yeah.
Out of all of them.
Yeah.
So as long as everybody else is, it's going to be fun to watch a family come together, and then they're going to start fighting like a family would. You would expect to see some real good, deep down dirty play coming into
so.
this, and
This
I
is
think
going to be exciting.
I think it's
Yeah.
going to be funny because Debbie believes she controls this game from within every step of the way. And that's going to be fun to watch what she
Unfortunately,
does.
yeah, she will.
It's going to be fun to watch what she does through with her tribe and gaining the trust of others because she really believes that her manipulation on the other tribe members is so
paying
perfect.
off.
It's just
Yeah.
paying right. It's paying
for
off,
her.
and
Yeah.
and she believes every move that she's made has worked so far, and maybe it hasn't been because of her, but she believes so.
She's an
And
idiot
she's-
in disguise.
she's
man.
It'll be great.
Yeah, she's probably there 20 minutes a day, man.
Yeah,
just,
she's
just
right,
swinging.
swinging.
Oh my
Swinging.
God.
Like some kind of, you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
jeez, that was probably in her
So-
last photo shoot. Goodness, I mean that woman,
probably was.
You know, she could make it to the end, unfortunately, but she's gonna go. I mean, she's pretty good. She's pretty
No
good at what
kidding.
she does.
Yeah.
I mean,
She is.
she's just bull crapping her way the whole way.
Bull
pretty
crapping?
much.
Did you just
I don't
want to
be swearing. I don't want to be swearing with the youngsters watching in Survivor Nation. I'm just saying. She could be bull crapping the whole thing,
Bull
man.
pooping.
Pooping out of her mouth. It's coming out. I'm just saying. It's all this crap she says.
I think she genuinely
She's funny.
sits back. I really do. I think she sits back, and I think she pays attention enough to know where people are putting
Well, she's a character.
themselves, what
She's
kind
a
of
character.
alliance
She's
other
gonna
people
be
are
there.
building.
She's a character. She's going to be there until the final 5 at least, I bet you. She's just too much
Yeah.
of a character. She's getting a lot of
Yeah.
airtime
She could easily
now.
get pulled around all the way to the
Yeah,
end, I
she-
think.
Why not?
I mean,
Scott's
she really,
gonna
she
be-
really
Clown, for
could.
God's
Scott's
sake.
going to be the
She's not going
cornerstone.
to win any individual immunities.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
if she does,
I'll be
I
surprised.
will eat my words.
With Scott knowing 2 idols are out there, knowing the 2 people, Scott will be the cornerstone that falls up short in this season. Mark it down.
Of course he is.
He
He's
will
already
fall
a
up. He
millionaire.
will fall short.
Yeah.
He's a
He
millionaire.
won't even make
And
it to the top 3.
Why wouldn't
He'll
you?
fall
That-
short.
that'll
short,
come up.
But he will be the
That's
key
another
factor.
person I'd take to the end. I'd take Scott and Debbie to the end.
Scott would
take
be
it
a
to the
great
bank.
right, but it'll come up, and that's the reason that I can only see it now. You know, he'll get voted out just because of that very fact. It'll
Yeah.
happen before his time, just because of that very fact.
Yeah.
Well, I think he makes it
it's
far.
not-
I just think he's going to
He may.
propel
He
someone.
may.
He's going to
gonna
be
make it far.
like he-
Jason's going to bring him.
like he threw up people over that
True.
ramp today. He's going to do that and get voted
He-
out at the
he's-
same
he's a-
time. He's
right.
going to throw someone up above the ranks and make that person be in a position to win the game and be left behind. That's where he's putting himself right now.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
by
we-
the way, he's going to be used essentially. He's going to be used. Either Ty will or Jason will.
Yeah.
Well, we got some major players coming into the merge here. I mean, we got a lot of characters, strong characters, period. You know, I mean, just like, you know, Jason, he's got a pretty strong
Chip on
will.
his shoulder.
He's got a strong will, though. Scott, he's also a character that's got a very
I could see
strong.
I could see Sydney making
Sydney's
breaking
all-
away from Jason just because
Really?
he absolutely what
Get out of
It
here.
could
Why?
it could be. I mean, I could. I
possible.
could
not right away, but I could see her breaking away.
She is kind of one of the guys, though, and if Scott's going to be with Jason, I could see Sydney easily following along with Scott.
Sure.
for a little bit,
That's
but
a good
not all
point.
the way.
I like
think-
that point.
I think you know.
you don't
I
want
think
to be
I
known
really
as
do.
a coattail rider.
Well, you don't, but I don't think she really has any other option. I don't. That's her. That's been her game this whole
Yes.
time.
Right now,
I don't think
right
she
now.
can. Right now, I don't think she has any real gameplay. She's thinking about keeping herself safe.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see. We'll be into episode 7 next week.
Merge.
Into the merge,
Mm.
some real characters going on. So that'll be an episode you don't want to miss.
Mm.
Be here for sure. Join us next week. It's going to be good. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for being here. Episode 6 of the Survivor Series. Join us again next week. Episode 7. The merge will happen. It's going to be a good time. We will see you
Always
guys.
a good time here.
We will see you guys later.